Start like this. Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's arranging video where I'm going to talk you through how to put together Blackberry Crumble. First of all, we've got this absolutely fabulous variety of Lisianthus called Black Pearl, which is of course the blackberries. It is a very delicate variety of Lisianthus with lots of lateral stems, but I absolutely love this because it means next week, when your arrangement is a little bit older, you can trim off some of these lateral stems and pop them in a smaller bud vase. And then of course, representing our stewed strawberries and plums, we have these glorious Snapdragons first of all, which are also called antirrhinums. And antirrhinum in Latin means like a snout. And when you squeeze their cheeks, you can see them let out their dastardly roar. When they start to turn a little bit brown, you can remove the bottom flower heads, which will encourage the top ones to open. As for the Alstroemeria, these are also called a Peruvian lily or lily of the Incas. They'll start off tightly closed and will slowly over 4 or 5 days start to open up and then last possibly 3 or 4 weeks. So it will be perfect for future arrangements. You can take them out of this bunch and add them to other ones as you go along. We then have a delicious layer of creamy thick custard, and that is this Solidago. And Solidago actually grows wild throughout the whole of the US, so if you've ever done a road trip through the US, you will see this where it's known as goldenrod. Thomas Edison first discovered that Solidago actually contains rubber, and George Ford of Ford Cars used Solidago's rubber to create his very first tyres. Now, one of the most important things I like to think about when creating an arrangement is colour matching. And these Balthazar blooms are the perfect example of that. And they're the first things that I chose when considering this arrangement. So you can see they've got both purple and yellow in the bloom, which is then represented throughout the rest of the arrangement. So now we've got our beautiful selection of flowers. Here is how to look after them. You must make sure you trim a diagonal inch off the end of all of your stems, like so. You've got to use clean room temperature water, about 1/3 full. If your water's too hot, it's going to dehydrate the stems. If your water's too cold, it will shock them. You've got to try and make sure there are no leaves below the waterline, and make sure you use lovely, clean secateurs. To arrange, we're going to start with our vibrant blooms in an even triangle around the edge of the vase. These are what I call our shorter focal flowers, so it's important they're visible around the edge. Next, we're going to face our Alstroemeria opposite each other. And then we're going to do the same with our fluffy Solidago, creating a square with the Alstroemeria. And what's very important about what we're trying to achieve here is this lovely stem grid in the centre of the vase, which creates a wonderful structure for our taller flowers to stand up in the very middle. Now we're going to create an even triangle with the Snapdragons a little more centrally, using the stem grid for support. Then we're going to do the same with our Lisianthus, which needs a bit of support, and we can do that in the very middle. And oh my gosh, I've just realised I completely forgot to talk about the lovely crumble, the top of our Blackberry Crumble, which is of course our Eucalyptus parvifolia. It's got a glorious scent, and I would encourage you to take a little leaf off, crush some between your fingers, give it a smell and see for yourself. It is delicious. To arrange with these, you just want to face them opposite each other, tucking them over the edge of the vase. It does look like a Blackberry Crumble, I'm sure of it, and I really hope you love it. Now, always remember, it's so much fun getting creative with your flowers week on week, and next week when your fresh delivery arrives, lots of elements of this will still be going strong. So it would be great to trim it down and pop it into one of our little cut down vases or some of our bud vases for you to dot elsewhere in the house. Thank you for watching, get creative, and see you next time.